Aloha, y'all. Welcome back to the Socially Awkward Chef. Today we are going to make one of my favorite casseroles, which is a chicken a la king casserole. And what I love about it is that it is super easy to make and it is comfort food that you can have ready to eat in about 45 minutes. First, we have 2 large chicken breasts that I just went ahead and cooked, cooled, and shredded up. We're just going to add that to our bowl. And after that, I have half of a large bell pepper that I just went ahead and did a small dice or small chop, up to you, straight into the bowl. Then I have 2 celery stalks that I also went ahead and did a small dice or chop. Again, however you want to do it is up to you. Straight in. And also, if you don't like celery, you can just totally leave this out. Then I have half of a medium-sized onion that I also went ahead and small dice or chopped into the bowl. And after that, I have 1 can of cream of chicken soup, and that's going in. And 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. It's like a Zydeco band. And I also have 1 jar of diced pimentos, diced. If they are sliced, go ahead, drain them, and give them a chop. These happen to be diced, so I drained them, and they're going straight in. And this is a 4-ounce jar. We're also going to be adding some cheddar cheese. You can use mild, medium, or sharp. This is 2 cups that are shredded. We're going to start with half of it in here, and we're going to reserve the other half for the topping. We're going to add in about a teaspoon of Lawry seasoning salt, a couple of good pinches of cayenne pepper, and that is optional. About a teaspoon of ground black pepper. I'm going to take a pause here so we can get to the next step of our casserole, which is our noodles. So we are going to take 3 cups of angel hair pasta, which is approximately half of a package or box, and then we're going to break it up into big pieces. So how I do is I just break these in half and then take that and break that into half. So half, line these guys back up, and then break that half into half. So that's what we're ending up with. And then from here, I'm going to boil these for only 2 minutes, and then we're going to drain them and add it to our mix. In the meantime, I'm going to get my water boiling, and we're going to mix up our chicken a la king base. Now that my noodles are par cooked, let me just set this to the side so we can mix up our ingredients. You can see why this is a fantastic recipe, because you do very, very little chopping and everything goes basically into one bowl and then into a casserole dish. What I'm doing here first is just getting our base mixed up just so we don't break those noodles down into mush. That looks pretty good. And here I set aside some of the cooking liquid that it's just water and chicken and a little bit of salt that I poached my chicken with. So I'm going to add in about a cup. Give this a gentle stir to incorporate this. When I boiled the angel hair, I did unsalted water because I want to make sure that we're not going to oversalt this dish, because we are not really diluting the cans of soup. All right, noodles go in. I'm going to fold. Let's add a little more water. That's about half of a cup. I want to make sure that we have liquid in our casserole so the angel hair noodles can continue to cook and absorb some of the liquid, but we don't want it so dry that it's not creamy, and the opposite of that, we don't want to add so much liquid where it turns into chicken a la king soup. So you let your eyes be the judge. I think I'm going to add just maybe for myself just another couple of tablespoons of water, and I think we'll be good. And I'll show you what kind of consistency that I'm looking for. That looks fairly good. Well, that looks better than good. We're going to put this in the casserole dish. So let me lift this up. Let's go ahead and pour our mixture into our casserole dish. Let's go ahead and spread this out so it's nice and even. That looks. So now we're going to top it with the remainder of our cheddar cheese. I want to make sure that I've got it in a fairly decent, even layer. This is totally optional, but I have some leftover breadcrumbs, so I'm just going to add some to the top for some extra crunch. Okay, from here, I'm popping this into the oven, again, 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to cook this for 30 minutes. So we'll see you then. Our chicken a la king casserole is fresh out of the oven, so I'm going to let this cool for about 5 minutes before we dish it up. Now that we've let this cool for a few minutes, let's go ahead and plate this up. Are you a quarter piece kind of a person, or do you like the middle? I love a good corner piece. And you can see that our noodles are nice and cooked. And there's the perfect amount of creaminess to our nudes and our casserole. Please give this recipe a try, and if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and do all the things and like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and until we eat again, y'all, aloha. That sounded flat.